Well, hey guys, I just thought I'd say wish a happy Canada Day to all my fellow Canadians. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to, well, obviously working on the truck. And yes. And I got this whole week off, so I'm going to try and, well, here's what I'm going to try and get done. Well, first off, don't think it's too much to expect to get all the panel alignment stuff done, to get my windshield washer stuff sorted out, and all that. And I also am hoping that I will get the engine going this week. We'll see how we go here. I'm not going to push it if it doesn't look like it's going to, be the right timing for it. I'm not going to push it. I do want to get this driver's side window glass in. I got my new vent seals here. I think I mentioned it in another video. So I'll put that in the vent window, driver vent window, which was what was keeping me from loading that stuff up. And probably put a few random parts in. Like I was digging around in the house and I found my dash pad, so I'll probably put that in just to keep it out of the way. I got two of them there actually, but I'll put one in there, obviously. Okay, so I tin plated the copper squirters on the well, for the truck. You can see that it did it just came out with a matte, silver finish for the copper part, but the steel part didn't much like that, so I'm going to just hit that with some rust killer, and I think I'll mask it off right up to about this point here, and just hit that with a rattle can to cover it up at that point. But otherwise, I think it turned out okay. I'm going to leave it that way. They're nothing special. I'm not going to try and polish them or anything like that. But, so that's good. It's one good thing, one thing down. And put those in shortly, I suppose, or tomorrow, I guess. And I'm getting somewhere with this. We've got this set up such that I made a new backing plate for it, since obviously this one wasn't going to work. Excuse me. And I've got it all ready to go. I don't have, haven't made any spacers yet. That's why there are nuts in there. I shot myself in the foot, and I don't have any longer. It looks like I need about some M6 by 20 millimeter screws to do this, and there's not enough meat to tap into 1/4 inch. So I'll have to wait till Tuesday actually, because Monday is a stat. Today is the actual holiday, but tomorrow they give us the in lieu kind of thing. So I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to make my spacers here, and I think I'll just take them to the back of this plate so that they'll stay there. And then I don't know what I'm going to do there. I suppose I'll blast it again, paint it, or blast it, then I'll take it, and then I'll probably look into painting this thing. I'll blast this piece off, but before I can do that, I gotta weld up that hole there as well. There was a pivot point there, and since this is, actually no, I think only this part is open to the elements. And you're supposed to put like some kind of black gasket there. It actually looked like it was plumber's goop, is what it looked like. Like that stuff you use for sealing large cracks in plumbing, except it was black. So I'll just use some white goop. Anyways, I'm just rambling here as per usual. So this should be resolved today or tomorrow. Might not be in. This spot is going to be a little bit difficult to mount, but I think what I'll do is I'll be able to put the it's a hex head screw, so I can just insert the screw, slide it in there like that, and then I can just tighten it with a small wrench from the side. It'll be a little bit tough. It's not like this thing comes out that often. And alignment is looking okay for that. Like this has a little bit of motion. I might have to enlarge some of the holes to make that line perfectly, but I think we're good there. So now, oh, by the way, this is what I was using for tin plating, liquid tin. It's for printed circuit boards, but nevertheless, the stuff was so old. There was quite a accumulation of the actual tin and substance that precipitated out. But I shook it up, and a lot of it went back into solution. So that should be okay. I guess that's it for right now. You know, I'll do a little bit of tigging, like I said, but I'll turn out a couple of slugs. I think I'll make them 1/2-inch slugs, which will really mean that my little 16mm ones won't be anywhere near long enough. They'll probably catch with one thread or something like that. So, I've been working on a few things this afternoon, and it's already into the evening now. It's around past 7 or something like that. Like I said, I plated those washer things, wrapped the upper portion in tape and painted them, primed and painted them. This is also my adapter plate and an original piece for the washer thing, washer motor, and I've primed and painted that, sandblasted, primed and painted that. The surface on the on that piece looks pretty orange peely, but it's not. It's actually a piece of galvanized steel and that had quite a lot of texture to it. I'm surprised. I even sanded it a bit and it cleaned it up some, but nevertheless, it wasn't important. I didn't want to take the galvanizing off, so it's not too big a deal. And while that was going on, took that antenna out just so I went and fitted that and let's see how it would look. I added a couple of shims here. Put the wire for the antenna in. I'll when I'm confident that that the length is right, I'll put some sealer on that. I had to split the grommet to get that fit over the wire. There's just no way it was going to go without doing some damage to either the grommet or the wire. And I can't. That's as far out as the door is going to go. I'm going to look at it for a while and decide if I want to adjust it. But the only way to adjust it at this point is take the hinge out and mill out the openings to make them bigger. This gap is pretty big, but it seems consistent since I added those shims. Maybe it's a little bit wider here. We'll see how we can go here. And this one is pretty, I think it's pretty consistent as well. But nevertheless, it might be actually a little bit tighter here. So yeah, maybe the hood just needs to move over that way and we'll be fine. I don't know what else to tell you. Put those new stainless screws in the steering wheel to replace the rusty ones. I'm going to have to get some new stocks because there's a bit of an inconsistency in the style here. And these ones kind of look a little grotty. I don't know what else I was doing here. Doesn't seem like much when you talk about it now. But it was the whole afternoon and into the evening. So, for what it's worth, you know, this looks good. Decided not to weld up this hole, didn't need to. Like I said, it'll be like almost like a goop gasket there. So that didn't need to be sealed. Haven't finished the adapter off. Did my spacers, and I remember I said I was going to tack them to it, and then I went and I got halfway through making the second one of these spacers, and I realized, oh yeah, I'm doing it in aluminum, so I'm not going to be able to tack that on. And I don't have long enough screws, so I can't really put that together, so I might have to find something else to do tomorrow, because everything's closed tomorrow. But that may be the excuse for taking that fender back off again and opening up those hinges just to give that little bit of a bump outwards. It's not bad, actually. It's only a little bit in, and it might actually be pretty close to being in, about the same amount as the other one, so maybe I won't be too fussy here. The other possibilities are just take one of these shims out and skim it so that it's a little bit thinner than the other one, and that'll bring it in enough that it won't be that big a deal. It isn't really the same contour here. Frustrating. Maybe the fender needs to come up some. Okay, this is just my analysis of the situation. The body line matches up pretty good with that. I'm just looking at it to make sure that I'm not talking out of my ass here. Yeah, but I'll see if I can bring the fender back some, because that's just too ridiculously big a gap. It's got to be able to be made smaller than that. Anyways, well, I got lots of stuff that I can do still. I still got to put those seals in that driver vent window and put that door back together. So I run out of things to do before I can go and buy stuff at the store. I'll do that. There's certainly no shortage of that sort of stuff. Still to replace harmonic balancer, blah, blah, blah. I won't go over all the stuff I've talked about before. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys.